Hello everybody, Captain here. This is a video request. If you have not just a video request, any request, you need consultation, you need guidance, you need wisdom, just most people like it to be in video format, go to my website, www.assholeconsulting.com. We'll take care of you. Jack writes, Dear Cappy, just recently, as of yesterday, China overtook the U.S. as the world's largest economy. Here's the link to the Yahoo article. That's actually somewhat misleading, but more about that later. I've read your book, Enjoy the Decline, and this seems to be living proof that the U.S. is in terminal decline. It is. I have a video request on why liberals are hell-bent on promoting a welfare state at the expense of the overall well-being of our country and continue to do so despite the fact that it is killing us. Do they seriously not know that big government is destroying the country? Thanks, Jack. All right, here's the thing. You operate from an erroneous premise that liberals and the left care about advancing the country. The liberals and the left are above all else parasites. They want to live off of other people. They do not want to work. And as you indicated, since you're a younger fellow, you're in school, you're having a hard time breaking through to these kids saying, hey, don't you understand? Well, that simple amount of intellectual honesty that you displayed there, are you willing to spend those extra calories of energy and effort to think through the long-term consequences of an ever-increasing state and a growing government? And the fact that no one's working real fucking jobs anymore. You know that that's not supportable. The left and the liberals they're so spectacularly ignorant because of brainwashing they received in college or K through college. Or they know and they just don't care. It's an impervious argument. They don't care. Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, what's his name? Barack Obama. These people don't care whether or not the country is destroyed. Some of them actually hate the country because of ideological reasons. But they just want to make their money and then die. I mean, really look at what most of the professors, or not, well, professors too, but most of the politicians have done. Most politicians are politicians because they don't want to work real jobs. And all they do is they tell the American people what they want to hear so they get elected. And the most brilliant tactic that shows you, belies their true intentions and how little they actually care, and they just want their free money, is through Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. Or Medicare, not Medicaid. Although Medicaid ain't helping either. And all they do to finance these things is borrow money today to pay for shit today. That they won't have to repay the loans tomorrow down the road. And so politicians, they know this. They know that by the time this debt comes due, or people won't refinance it, or quantitative easing starts resulting in hyperinflation, and somehow this debt actually has to be abated and ameliorated, they'll be dead. They'll have their money. They'll have made all their connections and gotten their political donations. And the idiot young people who swallowed whole this crap, and the old people, we pay Social Security. By the time they figure out that this $17 trillion, this constant kicking the can down the road, this simply postponing our sins and the payment and the pain down the road, was simply stealing money from the younger future generations to give to the current older or existing generations today, it shows you nobody cares. They just want their money. Now, it's very sad and depressing, but this is human nature. It is a long-term, biologically, Darwinistically, evolutionary, pre-programmed thing up in this skull here of yours to consume as many energies of calories as possible with expending as little in exchange. And that's a great survival technique. That's how you survive. You consume more calories than you expend. You avoid starvation and thirst if you have a water supply. But just because technology has been advanced, just because this great country has made all these advances and made it so that, hey, that's kind of an obsolete survivalist thing. Now what we got to do for your family, for your own benefit, for the advancement of your future generations, whatever, you really, you don't have to consume all the calories of energy at all costs. Matter of fact, you're stealing calories of energy from other people. We have enough production that you won't starve anytime. You'll be quite all right. And you needn't live off of your children or your future children's generation, etc., etc. But people can't turn that off. That programming has been there for 2 million years, as long as humans have been on the planet. And it is not just easy to do. It is hard not to, because it's your brain, your billions of neurons of brain firing. Get that free goods, get the free cheddar, go get it. Because it will help you survive it in a non-starvation Darwinistic sense. So these people are not evolved enough humans. They haven't gotten the idea of delayed gratification. They can't think about parasitism. They don't care about parasitism. So you're not arguing with the frontal cortex or sane people who really take the time to be intellectually honest. You're dealing with animals, basically. Highly functional, very intelligent animals, but animals nonetheless. They can't get through, or even worse, they're just as smart as you. They're just evil and they don't care. So that's why they do that. That's why liberals are who they are. They either are very simple thinkers and just want the free goods and the money, or they're very cunning and clever. And they just don't give a fuck. And so neither, one because they're stupid, one because they don't give a fuck. It's very hard to get through to them. It's not going to happen. P.S. Even though I'm going to a career path where I can easily leave the U.S. if I want to, petroleum engineering, it still feels like a kick in the balls whenever I argue with liberals, feminists, socialists, or whatever, because they don't care about long-term consequences. Well, they just want free stuff, and it bugs me so much. Blood, sweat, and tears has gone into making America great. And they just bash it day in and day out while not seeming to care what happens to it at the end of the day. For them, it's just fine. Everything can go straight to hell. Right. There's also an ego component. And this is the destruction principle. When you read Enjoy the Decline, which I thought you said you were. Or watch my video on crusaderism. That's a good video. You'll see that not only are they lazy, their egos are so disgustingly maniacal that they can't just do nothing. Like a lazy person will lie around and do nothing. Okay, I'll drink. Okay, I'll go stay at home. I'll collect a government check. Well, you're running into in academia are people who are not just lazy, but they can't have that, like, be identified as lazy. So they major in your stupid liberal arts and they get their masters. And they think they're so intelligent. And they put all their value on their degree. It's just ego. That's all it is. They have no intention. Like I did a video previously. There's this asshole douche asking money for him to pay him to go to India, and he's claiming to go do some charity work over there. Well, that's just bullshit. You're just a lazy person. It's the same thing here. They're going to put some kind of crusade, some kind of like cause, and that cause, unfortunately, a lot of times is destroying the evil U.S. And the reason that I call it the destruction principle. Look it up. I think there's even a piece I wrote about it if you want to be more direct about it. They are so evil and so greedy and so lazy. They don't care if the United States is good. They just need some kind of purpose in life. And so they're going to spring down the evil, racist, sexist, bigoted, white male America. America's evil, mercantilist, colonialist, blah, 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 blah. Because they need that ego fit. They're willing to put a country of 315 million people before them. They're willing to put themselves ahead of those people's lives and livelihood just so they can destroy something and say, yeah, I did it, man, stick it to the system, just so they can get those ego orgasms inside their little brains. So I know you're frustrated, I know it sucks, but you know what? You're doing exactly what you gotta do. Get into a career where you can move out if you need to. Don't hang out with, you're gonna waste your time. You're just gonna waste your time. And they're miserable on top of it. So don't think like, you're going to do all right. You'll have a nice house. You'll have a nice car. They won't. They simply won't. You'll probably find a normal woman, hopefully. Normally get married, not get divorced. These people are going to... And just the amount of energy that has to be put into lying to themselves, it's just unreal. I mean, that itself has got to be a mental drain where... One of the clients, he's waking up now, but he was a leftist. He got his degree in sociology. Now he's working as a bellboy, I think it was. Now imagine if he didn't wake up. He wasn't a client of Asshole Consulting. He didn't say, oh boy, you were right, I was wrong. Imagine if you kept living your life like these people that go and get their masters at 40, but they never get the hell out of academia. And they don't live in the real world. Imagine what lies, how bigger and bigger the lies have got to get for you to convince your brain that yeah, you're still the victim, and yeah, all this stuff is really bad luck. You must have, like, after a while you get suicidal because there's so much bad luck and nothing goes your way because you're not living in the real world, but you think you are. You're lying to yourself. Oh God, that's got to be horribly depressing. So I'm not trying to make you feel, well, I am, but I mean, I'm not saying it to make you feel better. I'm saying it because it's true. I mean, I'm getting older now, and I see people on the Facebook who are like committed hardcore leftists. They're delusional, and they're you could see it's not as cool as it was when they were like 19 years old. It's they're not ending up becoming the chief executive of a nonprofit because they don't have the connections. But and anyway, yeah, just let it go. They're gonna pay for it in the end. yeah, it's sad to see it go, but what are you going to do about it? That's why I wrote Enjoy the Decline, because it is a decline. But yeah, don't get too worked up about it. Just, you know what, in the end, if you really want to get back and say, you know what, I'm going to petroleum engineering, and you're going to be unemployed, you're going to have student loans, I'm going to pay off all my student loans in the first 3 months of working. I'm going to find a hot wife who's going to like me because I actually worked hard. And then I'm going to have a family, I'm going to have a nice car, I'm going to eat nice food, and you're going to scrimp and save like a college student for the rest of your life. It's true. So, and that may piss them off. You may get kicked out of the party, but you'll have said more to them than anyone else at trying to explain to them because they don't want to listen. They just don't. So, anyway, that's all we got. Hope that helps. Toodles.